Hey everybody, while we're waiting for people to get in, I will go ahead and give my normal spiel, if you will. So, thanks for watching. If you are watching on YouTube, jump into our Facebook group, 22,000 people. It's free. Go to Facebook, search for Macros Inc., and join the group. Free fitness, free nutrition, stuff like that. Coaching info, macrosinc.net. And you can sign up for coaching. You can just email me to tell me how amazing I am. Whatever you guys want. So join in, sign up. Hope everybody's we're getting a bunch of people in here already, so we will get rolling. I hope everybody's having a good New Year. I'm not a Happy New Year, wish you happy holidays kind of person, so that's all you're ever going to get from me. If anybody did not notice, we did up our coaching. There was an increase in price. We've had a pretty big demand. I don't know if anybody can tell by the 22,000 people that are in this group now. So we did have to up the prices. There are a couple discounts in there when you sign up for prepayment. We're still improving it, but that pricing structure is pretty much locked in. My goal is to not change that for a year. If you are a current client, you're locked into your old pricing anyways, so don't worry about anything like that. And that's pretty much all I got on that. So it sounds good. Thanks, Dylan. So if you have a question, type it out. I will get to them. I like to have a stack of questions. I have a couple things to talk about. We had a big announcement, and that is what I want to talk about now. The announcement is the Macros Inc. and Eat to Perform conference is happening. It's the Flexible Fitness and Nutrition Summit. It will be in Chicago, August 4th and 5th. Tickets go on sale now. I am going to post a link just to our Eventbrite. We're still working on the page. This is the early bird. There are no real details on this yet. I will tell you, we have speakers lined up. Most of them have confirmed. Still waiting for a couple people. But we're not going to release everything yet. We want to give everybody a chance. People back out, things like that. But I will tell you, the one speaker who's going to be there is Brad Dieter. He will be one of our speakers. I will be running it, so I will not be presenting. But that's our main speaker right now. So if you want to come hear Brad talk about everything in the world, Brad's probably the smartest person I've ever spoken with. So if you want to hear him talk, come on in. I'm going to post that link right now into this chat. And that's just the Eventbrite. We actually have a website for this. It's still under construction. There's still some filler text. We'll get that back up. Minimal details right now, guys. The early bird specials, there's a VIP, which includes... There's a VIP ticket, which includes priority seating. You'll get a seat with a desk, take notes, stuff like that. There's only a few of those, not too many of that. Less than a third of it will be as a VIP. But the VIP has priority seating. You get a table, take notes, stuff like that. You are going to get dinner with all of the speakers, all of the Macros Inc. coaches, anybody else that we deem worthy of being there will be there. We'll do a big, huge group dinner, and I mean big. This is going to be like 50-person plus dinner. You'll hang out with us, ask us questions, come up, talk to us, and just meet your fitness friends. Hang out. It's dinner on us for coming. You will get a shirt, the conference shirt. We will have them for sale, but you get one included. And we're going to give you guys a weekend gym pass for coming out to Chicago, so you get a weekend gym pass. And then I know Brad will be working out at that gym at various times, so you guys might run into us and some of the other presenters. And the other presenters are pretty impressive with who we got on our very first conference. We're still working out some of the details too. So. And then the general admission, you just come in. We'll tell you what gym it is. You can buy your own pass, things like that. And then once you register, you will get hotel information. It's in Chicago. It's in a great area in Rosemont, which is right on the side of the city. Big, huge, lots of bars, lots of pubs, lots of restaurants, great food, huge mall right there. But we are limited on rooms. We only have 150 rooms, and we're only selling 300 tickets. So get your rooms as fast as you can. All right. Now all of that is out of the way. It's New Year's. Why the hell am I not busier? I am busy, but I feel like I should be 3 times more busy. If you are hesitating to get coaching, I can tell you, sign up now. If you have a friend who's like, oh, yeah, you should probably I'll look into it. Get them in. We are going to be busy. There are delays already, so everybody really needs to get in there. If anybody has any questions, I'm looking through this. I see, hi, Happy New Year's. Hi, Jason. Hi, Josie. Hey, Eric. Hi, Brittany. Happy New Year, Chad. Dylan, I already talked to you. Jessica, hello. Sarah, hey. Me, hello, me. And Yusuf, nice hoodie. Thank you. Any questions? If you have a question, type it out. I ran out of things to talk about already, guys. I talked about everything for like the past 10 minutes, and I'm done. Jason said, what is your goal for the conference? Once a year, twice a year? I can't make this one. We don't know yet. Obviously, if me and Brad and I go broke and have to file bankruptcy after this one, we probably won't be having another one. But the goal we've talked about right now is to probably do one in Chicago and where I am, and then one over towards California, Washington area where Brad is like 6 months, so one every 6 months maybe. We haven't really gotten that far ahead. We're just trying to make sure that we don't go broke doing this for you guys. So it is going to be more of a conference that's geared towards you guys. All of us, the coaches, the personal trainers, they have conferences for that. They have evidence-based conferences that are taught by people like Brad, high-level people who break stuff down for not really smart people like me. And now we want to take all of this. You guys don't read research. Most people don't in this group read research. It's hard to read. We want to take that and give it to you in an easy-to-understand format that's practical. I can tell you, oh, yeah, you're supposed to eat this many grams of protein. Is that practical? No, we want to break things down. We're going to have speakers talking about how to deal with family members who and criticize you when you diet, or how to deal with family members who ask you for help. I do not deal with my family when they ask me for help. I will refer them out. I give them a little test to see if they're doing stuff. So the conference is really going to be about how to make this all fit your life, and how to make fitness fit into your life, not your life into fitness. That's our whole goal. Teresa, howdy. Rachel, heck, can't click or copy the link. Will it be posted in the group? Oh yeah, you guys will see a post pretty much every other day from me on this. This is probably the biggest thing that I've ever done. I've never done a conference like this before, so I will be talking about it nonstop. You'll probably just end up blocking me on Facebook. The link won't work. I don't know. What do you mean the link won't work, you people? I just clicked it. It worked for me. I don't know what else to tell you. Going to announce the scholarship winner. That is not me, Patricia. That is Brad. So Brad will take care of that. I am not sure on any of that. I was talking to him about it, but I don't know what he's selected or anything. It's 100% his decision. California, heck yes. Oh, and tickets. Tickets for this. Remember, if you guys remember back for the conference, we were looking for a name and a slogan, and we were going to give away two free general admission tickets to the conference. We did have a winner, and it was Eric Sandy's. So we took my title, Flexible Nutrition and Fitness Summit, and Eric's title, Eric's tagline, Where Health Fits Life. So Eric, we appreciate that, and you got 2 free tickets to the conference. So whenever I can email you some. I got to figure out how to do that, and then I'll email you tickets, and then we'll get you the hotel information because I know you're not local to Chicago. So let's keep on going. Rebecca, hi, Beck, how are you? You're up late still. No, it's early for you, middle day. You're in Australia. So, Brandy, hi. Hello, Judy. Chicago, close to St. Louis. Yeah, it is not a far drive. I was just down in St. Louis a couple weeks ago, so you can make that drive, come up for the day. I know there were a couple people talking about taking the train tickets were super cheap. Flights are dirt cheap if you book this far in advance. Hey, Steven. Brittany, how much is it? If you click on that link, I don't know why it's not working. The pre-sale, remember these are early bird tickets with with minimal information because we're still working out all the details, but we wanted to get it out to you guys. General admission right now is $127.50 and VIP is $212.50. Rachel worked for Rachel, so the link did work. Maybe just keep on trying phones and things like that. Eric said, yay. Eric already knew. I asked him to keep it quiet, so I do appreciate that a lot. Sarah, what is my favorite? Oh, finally, we have a question. Again, if you have, Crystal said, hi from Louisiana, and I am in New Orleans right now. This is New Orleans right behind me. So you guys, I'm doing this on my New Year's vacation. So Sarah, if you have a question, guys, type them. I want a stacked full of questions. I'd rather have too many questions than not enough, because after a while, we're going to start talking about monetary policy and fiscal responsibility, and nobody wants to hear me go into that. Sarah said, what is your favorite low macro or macro-free snack? Ooh, that's a good one. So low-calorie snacks, vegetables are great. Strawberries are probably my all-time favorite. I'm a big pickle person, dill pickles and half sours, so I can probably go through a whole jar of pickles in about 15 minutes. Those are my favorite. If you're talking about like real food, man, that's a tricky one. Like now, I mean real food, like a meal or something like that. I don't really have anything that's low calorie that I eat. I've been bulking since like 2015, so for me to find something that's low calorie is rare. When I do diet, and I'm starting dieting in 2 weeks. I'm a salad person, and I'm pretty lazy, so I won't cut my own lettuce because I can barely remember to tie my shoes. So I buy bags of lettuce, and I will eat like 4 bags of lettuce a day, just to keep me full. So when I'm dieting, I like lettuce and tuna, literally just lettuce, tuna, and then Walden Farms, one of their fat-free dressings, throw it on there, and eat like 8 of those a day to keep myself full. But Jell-O's real good. I'm trying to think of what else I have when I diet. I think that's about it. So hope that helped. Sorry, I'm not the real low calorie, macro free kind of guy. There are tons of them in this group. Make a post. You'll get 1,000 ideas from people who diet. Hi, Britt. Patricia Nixon. So how long can I go without lifting until I lose my gains? I'm sick as fuck. So basically, I just don't want to die. So, I mean, define lose. A week, you're going to be fine. Get your rest. I'm not a fan of, well, I'm going to go, now when I say go to the gym, I know that's a big debate, sick. That's not what I'm talking about. I have a home gym, so I can damn well go work out sick if I want. But I don't want you to go work out or go run or do whatever when you're only feeling 60%. I want you to take that extra day, get the rest, and then go back to the gym at 100%. 60% is when you cause injuries. 60% is when you're half-assing. Why am I going to go lift at 60%? What the hell are you doing? Take the time, recover. Now, how long can you go before you're going to lose anything? About a week, you'll be fine. You're not going to lose anything. And define lose. Is it anything that you're never going to get back? No. If I don't go for 2 weeks and then I go lift again, in a week I'm going to be back to where I was. I'm not massively losing muscle. Otherwise, I mean, we've all seen those guys who were high school or college athletes, and they were big. They were just muscular. And now they're in their 40s, 50s. They don't lift, but they still have those big arms. You don't lose that much. A lot of it's body fat. But hey, I am in a hotel, and there's a big college football game going on, so there might be people coming in here. So if I do, I'll pick up my phone and we'll walk away. There's a bowl game going on in New Orleans. It's the most annoying thing I've ever experienced in my life with these people. So, yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about it, Patricia. You'll be fine. Perfect. Miss Dunford said the link worked for her. Good. Hi, Sarah. Judy loves pickles, too. Who doesn't? Callahan forever small. Britt Mullen, the suspense is awful. My data signal is not strong enough to handle the video. Catch you on the reply after. Oh, no, Britt. Yeah, you will see the reply. Spaghetti squash is life. There you go. Patricia Nixon was talking about for low calorie spaghetti squash. That is a really good one. Spaghetti squash with marinara sauce all day. I'm not a real big person that cooks, but that is one thing that I will take the time to prepare. Crystal, do you plan each day in advance or in the morning, or just add numbers by the end of the day as macros allow? Now, I'm going to give you one of those, not me, I don't do this. So when I started dieting for I have a 1,100 day streak, I think, right now in MyFitnessPal, and I was going longer than that, but I missed a day somewhere. So when I first started tracking, for probably the first year, I planned every single meal, bulk, dieting, whatever. Just plan them out. It's very difficult. It can be stressful. So I planned out every single meal. Since 2015, I've been dieting for all but I've been bulking for all but 5 months since 2015. I did a couple mini cuts. And the beginning of my bulk, I always track. When my calories get really high, you can get a little sloppier. Especially towards the end of my bulks, I'm just tired of it. It gets to be a hassle. So I kind of take a little break. I always track my protein. But like right now, when I diet, I always track. I plan out my meals ahead of time, a day at least ahead of time. So I wake up, my meals are all done. Now I'm at the end of my bulk, and I can tell you I plan out, I know I eat the same things almost every day. I know I'm going to hit, and I just go on the fly, but I'm also eating a lot of calories. I think I'm on 20 times body weight in macros right now. So I have a lot of fudge room, and at the end of the night, when I add them up at the end of the night, if I'm short, I do eat those calories, and if I'm over, I'll subtract it from the next day. But I would go with an expert tracker. I can do it on a whim. If you're just starting, you need to plan out your days 2 or 3 days ahead of time, and you need to keep your meals simple. Hi from down under. Hi, Colleen, from New Orleans to Australia. Crystal, what app do you use for macro counting? I use MyFitnessPal. Some people use My Macros Plus. Fat Secret is one I've recently discovered that I really like. We're currently developing our own, but it's absolute hell, so it will be delayed even longer because I hate app development, and it's January, and I don't know if you guys know this, fitness starts in January, and I did not plan well. Britt's going to watch on the replay. Jamie, probably a silly question. Please, there are no silly questions in fitness. There are only silly answers. When I've already entered a meal into my tracking app, should I adjust the macros if I don't eat everything so I can be sure that I don't go over at another point during the day? Good question. That is not a silly question. You have 2 options. 1, if you don't eat everything, keep it. So let's say I have a hamburger and I only eat half of my hamburger. I'm not going to adjust my macros because later on in the day I'm going to eat that half a hamburger. Perfect. I'm done. Or tomorrow you can even, or if you are going to adjust, like let's say it's leftovers, just divide it in 2 and then, or estimate it. If you ate 2/3 of the burger, 2/3, and save 1/3 for tomorrow. You don't have to be exact. You don't have to be like, oh my God, well, what if it's not cut in half? Because those are going to even out over 2 days. But I definitely would adjust based on what you eat, and then you have some extra macros for you. If it's going to stress you out to readjust like that, don't. The extra calorie loss is not gonna hurt you if you're not doing that every day. So it depends. That's probably the answer, but I would adjust. Hi, Elliot. Hello, Melissa. Again, guys, if you have questions, type them out. I want a stack full of questions. Oscar says, hey, Jay. Hey, Oscar. How are you? Renee, Happy New Year. Renee did not hear me say that. I don't say Happy New Year's, but I'll say it back. So Happy New Year. I don't do the holiday thing. Otherwise, my phone never stops. Jason, you don't love pickles. Me and Jason are no longer friends. Kyle, don't forget Dawn's angel food cake recipe for low-calorie stuff. Yeah, Dawn had put in an angel food cake recipe. I, again, don't bake, so I kind of skip over that stuff. I don't cook any of that. I can make cereal. But look it up in the group. It looked absolutely delicious whenever tons of people have made it. Julia, hi from Arizona. Hello from New Orleans. Mark, do you lose gains when you get sick for like 5 days of tonsillitis? P.S. I lost 3 kilograms of weight and I feel like hell. That's the same question we just had. So it must be that time of year. You're okay. A week, you're not gonna lose anything significant. 2 weeks, yeah, you might start to lose some strength. Maybe like size you can measure on a MRI, on a DEXA scan. Nothing significant. You're gonna get everything back within a couple days. So don't worry about it. Get to 100% recovery. Get back to working your ass off in the gym, and you'll be fine. That's what you need. Real quick, I'm gonna pause on Mark's and go back. If anybody's joining us, I will post it again right now. There's a link to the Macro Density announcement, the Macros Inc. conference. It's going to be Eat to Perform, Macros Inc. presenting the Flexible Fitness and Nutrition Summit. Myself and Brad Dieter from Eat to Perform are hosting that. There's VIP tickets. Everything's early bird. Not a lot of details released yet on that. So the early birds just kind of, you know us, you know the kind of content we put out. We're not going to put together a shit conference. It's going to be a great time. The VIP package, you guys are going to be able to, we're going to do a big group dinner with all the presenters, all the Macros Inc. coaches. There's some great presenters we're working on getting. We have already gotten a couple of them confirmed. So I definitely would get those. I have had messages for the past 2 weeks about, can I buy tickets? So I think it's going to sell out relatively fast, and this is the very first time we're releasing this link, and people are already on it. I'm looking at it right now, the live view. There's people already looking and shopping, so I definitely would get tickets soon, and they're discounted right now for the early bird. There's a big discount for this month. All right, let's go on back. Colleen, my net dairy is good. Okay. I don't know if I missed part of that. Did I miss a comment? Okay. Elliot,
I went from 3,000 calories to 1,650, and I'm starving day one. Yeah, that's a huge cut. Why would you go down that far? We don't want to go down, this is a blanket statement. It's not always true, but typically we want to diet down on a lot of calories. Bigger people, you want less for different reasons. But the average person, you don't want to take that 3,000 calorie a day down to 1,650. That's a huge drop. Now, let's say you were gaining 1% of your body weight per month. Let's say you're gaining a pound a month on that. No, let's make it easy. Sorry, I'm doing math in my head here. Let's say you were maintaining your weight on 3,000 calories a day. I'm only going to drop you down by about 500 calories a day. I don't want you to lose tons for the average person. I don't want you to lose tons of weight real fast because it's going to set you up for a rebound, and then because you're so restricted now and you're hungry. So that way you're more likely to binge now because your calories are so low. You're going to be like, I've been good for 4 days, and then pizza, YOLO, and you offset your deficit. What I want to do is put you into a slight deficit, 500 calories a day, and lose about 1% of your body weight per week. That's where, kind of like that sweet spot where we really don't rebound as bad. We don't see as many binges, and you're really, that's been shown to be that rate that gives you a permanent weight loss versus that rebound where people regain more. So I would definitely reconsider that. I would also maybe post your stats in the group, Elliot, and we can talk about that. Post your height, weight, things like that, your goals, and we can relook at that, because 1,650 is 3,000 to 1,650 is a huge drop. That's half. I would cry every night. Crystal, I know we're supposed to treat all foods equally in flexible dieting, but can I really eat chocolate, cheese, pizza, and bacon and lose weight? Oh, and Pop-Tarts. Absolutely you can. The goal is not quality, it's quantity. Now, quality does have a place. We don't want to just eat Pop-Tarts all day. I want a well-balanced diet. I want the majority of my food to come from things like oatmeal, eggs, ham, chicken, broccoli, asparagus, fruits, vegetables. Nice, minimally processed foods. But that's boring. I want to eat pizza, and I've eaten pizza for today. Oh, I had pizza today too. I am on 560 of the last 605 days. I have a tracker. I keep track of it. And I'm going to start my cut January 15th and try and have pizza every day as long as I can in my diet. I might even have like half a piece just to do it. So, and I only do it because I love pizza. I had bacon today too. You can absolutely diet down and lose weight with anything. Food quality doesn't matter for weight loss. Total calories do, and it doesn't matter where those calories come from. Now, we track macros because we want to control where that weight comes from, body fat, muscle. We want to maintain or build muscle in a deficit. We want to lose body fat. Protein is going to help you maintain that muscle mass, which is why we track our macros. But yeah, you absolutely can. Crystal, if you make that exact post that you just made in the group, just say, who here has gotten ripped? Who here has lost body fat? Who here has lost however much weight eating candy? You will have 5,000 people showing you the before and after pictures of them and telling you that they ate food like that. Hey, Gabe, I see Gabe's watching. Welcome. So Celine said, what if you're on point in diet and in training and nothing is shifting? Then you need to increase that calorie deficit. Now, a deficit does not need to just come from decreasing food. It can come from increasing energy expenditure. So it's a balance, and that's where coaching really comes in. We do it a lot. We have a little more experience than somebody who's never done it. So we can do it pretty fast. But if I'm eating 2,000 calories a day, doing 3 30-minute cardio sessions a week, and my weight's maintaining, I need to either eat less food or do more cardio. And it's going to vary based for every person, because some people don't like cardio. Some people don't have time to do more cardio. Some people, if I lower the calories anymore, they're going to binge. So you have to increase cardio. And sometimes you need to take a break from dieting. Depends on how long. So I would definitely look at changing things. If you're not losing weight for 3 or more weeks, and you're not seeing smaller measurements, changes in pictures, and the scale's not moving, you need to change things. If your clothes you're like, wow, 2 belt sizes have changed on me, then don't change a thing. Just because the scale's not moving doesn't mean you're not losing. We sometimes hold water weight that's going to mask actual fat loss. Josie, how do you know when to do 3 sets or 4 sets of an exercise? It varies based on, there are a couple things, how you feel. If it was New Year's and I was out drinking last night, I'm not going to go do 4 sets at max the next day. I probably just won't be able to. Me personally, when I have 3 to 4 sets of 10 reps, I do at a given weight. I will not increase my weight. So if let's say I'm dumbbell curling 30s, I will go 10, 1 set of 10, 2 sets of 10, 3 sets of 10, and then on my next, and then when I'm ready to increase my weight, I'll have to get my 4th set, 4 sets of 10. If I had 10, 10, 8, I don't increase my weight. Once I get 10, 10, 10, 10, then I'll increase my weight and start it all over. But with my new weight, I would go for 3. If I'm failing, if I get, it's just a way to progress. It's really based on how you feel. If you're feeling strong today, go for 4. If you're not, go for 3. It's really up to you. The biggest thing is make sure that your form stays good and you are feeling that muscle contract. One of the things, I want to do a video about this later, and I'm going to. One of the things you always see is, people are dumbbell curling and they're in the gym going, 1, 2, 3. What the hell are you doing? You need to feel that muscle contract. I can do it with no weight. And my muscle contracted, and that's how you should lift every time. None of this, just throwing a weight up. I can get a good contraction with no weight, with a cup of coffee, just by flexing and squeezing your arm. So you have to make sure you feel that, and I think that's one of the things that people miss when they work out a lot. Julia, what do you recommend for pre-workout? Is it okay to drink for more than 3 days in a row? I'm assuming you don't mean alcohol for more than 3 days in a row, and you mean the pre-workout. Me personally, I just have a Monster, and then I sometimes take a caffeine pill. Sometimes I'll just have a big cup of coffee. Depends where I am. I would try to avoid the commercial pre-workouts, especially if they have the words proprietary blend in there, because you really don't know the ingredients. Caffeine is the only one that's really going to provide you with that pre-workout energy that you want. There are other supplements you might want to take depending on what your training is, but pre-workout, caffeine, however you want to get that caffeine is fine. Some people take pills, but I would try to stick to 200-ish, plus or minus 100 grams of caffeine, depending on the person, 30, 45 minutes before a workout. If you like pre-workout, it has some creatine in it, whatever you want, go ahead and have that. I would test creatine and caffeine ahead of time. Some people have a lot of GI discomforts, and they are not able to work out after they do that when they combine them. So I would test it. Patricia Nixon, so when you get back to the workouts after being sick, just pick up where you left off or decrease weights, or it depends. Sorry, just the first time I've been sick since I started lifting in 2016. It depends. You're correct. You know my answers very well. I would, if you're in like the middle of a powerlifting training block where you're very percentage based, I'd probably back off my weights a little bit, especially if you're working in like that 3 or 4 rep range. The average person I do know, Patricia, just from talking to her in the group, just go back to it. Just go back to where you left off. Try it. Maybe you lose a rep, but you should be able to still. If I was curling 30s for sets of 8, for 3 sets of 8, maybe I curl 30s for 2 sets of 8 and 1 set of 6, and then I failed. All right, well, then the next week I'll probably be back to 8s. So it just kind of depends. Don't do anything stupid. Just, maybe you go back in and you take it easy the first part of your workout. Your first set, instead of going dumbbell curling at 30, you go at 20 just to see how you feel. And then you'll be able to judge your progress and gauge yourself right then. Chad, let's see. What is your favorite lean protein and protein powder? I have trouble hitting protein macros. So my favorite protein is just any kind of meat, really. Chicken. I'm kind of bored with chicken. I think everybody does after they've had it for 10 years. Steak is, get a real lean cut of steak. But chicken is real good. I'm a big fan of turkey. Not a lot of people are. I like turkey. Halibut's a little more expensive. That's a really good fish. Beef jerky is probably my favorite, go-to. Oh, I need 40 grams of protein right now. That's probably my absolute favorite is beef jerky. Protein shake, I've gone so back and forth with protein shakes so much. I just started, if I'm on the go or having my days are typically real long, so I have no problem getting a lot of calories in. If I have a day off and I sleep in until 6 in the morning, and I'm going to bed at 8 p.m. because that's normally what I do, I'll have a shake, and I just switched over to Dymatize. I really like it. The company is amazing, trustworthy, and their shakes taste fantastic as far as I'm concerned. So those are my favorites: Dymatize and beef jerky is what I would answer for that. Julia, wondering if I should start drinking creatine even if I'm kind. Yes, I would recommend if you are lifting weights, you should always take creatine. 5 grams a day. It'll take you about 30 days to get your saturation levels. You could load it. You don't have to. And after that, just keep taking 5. Remember, there will be a little bit of water weight increase. Probably not even going to be noticeable if you don't do that big loading phase where you take it. But you can go on 5 grams as long as you don't have any other medical problems. You can go on 5 grams of creatine and never come off. I think I've been on it since I was 15. So you can just go and start. And I would, the brands, I make sure it's creatine monohydrate is the best one. I just buy from the Vitamin Shop or GNC, creatine monohydrate, fruit punch flavor. If you have some you want to mix it in with, buy the unflavored. Katie, what does Macros Inc. coaching really entail? I signed up with a coach before, and I found the site, and they helped me to meal plan, but that's not sustainable. So after this runs out, I want to look into Macros Inc. coaching, but what can I really expect when signing up? Great question, and a common thing that we hear. So we will not give you a meal plan at all. If anybody who worked for us even recommended it, they probably wouldn't be a coach anymore. So meal planning, the problem with it is it's not going to show you, like you said, it's not sustainable. It doesn't show you how to live life. It's, oh, hey, eat this. Okay, I'll eat this. You'll lose weight, but life happens. What happens when you go into a party, a wedding, a barbecue? You want to go out to a restaurant with friends. You want to have a beer. It's not on your, New Year's happens. These things are not on your meal plan. And that's what flexible dieting is going to teach you. It's going to show you how to diet. We are going to work with you. We'll help you design your own meal plan, but I want you to know how to do it. We're going to give you the tools that you need to be successful. We want you to know how to do this on your own. Our goal is for you not to need us, but we hope that you love it so much you stay, and that's actually kind of the case. I have a lot of people who are like, I just don't want to leave. I enjoy the conversations. I enjoy the accountability. We have a client portal that you log into. So every week you log in, it syncs to your MyFitnessPal, so all of your nutrition data syncs. Your coach can read through it. You enter your weight, a bunch of measurements, photos, a habit goal, of whatever habit we're working on. You follow up with it, sends it all to your coach. They read it over, they message you, and then we adjust from there. But that's not all you're getting. You and ask any client in here. I think today alone, and I don't know how my wife puts up with me. I have 3 cell phones because they die all the time. I'm literally on my phone from the time I wake up until the time I go to bed. And it's not just doing stuff like this. It's messaging clients. And people, I mean, we'll talk about anything. I'll check in with, I have a client, Shay, who is getting ready to go to Mexico. And it's been the holidays, and every morning, she's going to check in a week. I know what her weight's. I'm not going to make a midweek adjustment, but I know that she needs that little motivation. So I message her and say, "Hey Jay, how's your weight?" That's it. That's all I do. And then we talk about random stuff. Yesterday at New Year's, from clients, I had from people in this group, I had over 100 people say Happy New Year to me. It was pretty intense. But they all led into conversations that most of them are still going on. And they're about fitness, nutrition. So I've had people randomly give me a FaceTime call and say, "Hey, can we talk?" "Yeah, your check-in's not till Thursday." But yeah, what the hell? So you're not just getting that 1 week. You get us. I mean, you're in this group. This is what we do for free. And I mean, I don't really know how to put into words what we do. I'm still trying to figure out how to describe it. But anybody who's a client of ours will tell you it's not like any other coaching service out there. We're in your face for you. Sophie, I had a Macros Inc. coach I had a macro coach since October, and I've stuck to my macros training to a T, and I've hardly seen any progress. I don't understand what I should be doing different. So Sophie, these are things that your coach should actually be addressing. You're not one of our clients. I just want to make that clear. You will need to drop your calories. If you're not making progress, something needs to change. You need to expend more energy. So that's going to be Gabe said he's sorry, Mrs. Weiss, for the messages. Gabe, you are fine. Your first few days, we had a lot of messages, but we are perfect now. So So if somebody you need to drop those calories. If you're maintaining your weight, you're not losing inches, you're not making visual progress, you have to change. You either can increase activity or you can decrease calories, or most likely both. I would recommend bringing that up to your coach, and if they don't understand that, send them here and I'll set them straight, or just come work with us because it seems like the better decision. All right. Tracking alcohol. How can I properly track wine? You're asking me this now? You've been my client for how long? All right. So there's a little bit of a trick to this. There are actually 4 macronutrients, right? There's protein, carbs, fats, and alcohol. That's the one we don't talk about because it doesn't have any nutritional value. You don't use it for anything except for enjoyment. It's not something that we really track. MyFitnessPal doesn't track it. So with alcohol, you can, if you scan a bottle of Miller Lite, it's going to come back, let's just use MGD 64, because 64 calorie beer. If I scan MGD 64, it's going to say 64 calories in MyFitnessPal, but the macros aren't going to line up to those calories because there's no alcohol macros. So what I do is, you can go to Google and type in red wine glass, and it'll tell you how many calories it is. Take those calories and divide it, and then you need to put that in MyFitnessPal. So I would either take those calories and divide them by 4 or divide them by 9 for fats or carbs. So you need to take those calories out of carbs or fats. It doesn't matter which one you take it out of, really, for the most part. Just take it out of one and account for the calories. And if you need to work on that more, we can. That's the easiest explanation for it. Wine, I'm not a big wine person, so I'm not real familiar how calorically dense that is. Me personally, when I drink, I have a Jack Daniel's and Diet Coke because each shot of Jack Daniel's is 69 calories. So it's 18 grams of carbs or 8 grams of fat. Molly, can you talk about who the macros calculator works well for and what types of people it's likely to be off for? Great question. Molly's one of our moderators, and I know this question comes up a lot. So the calculator that we use, any calculator for the most part, they are used off of, they're just equations that are there to estimate your calorie needs. They're estimations. Whether I'm doing it, Molly's doing it, or somebody in the group, or a formula on a calculator is doing it, they're all estimations. Nobody really knows. The best way to know is to get any set of calories and try them and adjust based on results. And then once we're getting real world results, you never have to use a calculator again once you have macros. Now, it will not work for people with a lot of weight to lose. I don't know the exact threshold on it because there really isn't. Everybody has, you could be 5'8" and 200. I'm 5'7" and 199 pounds right now. It's going to work for me. But if you are 5 feet tall and 199 pounds, it's not going to work. So people with a lot of weight to lose, I'd go with 100 pounds or more. It's not going to work. It's not going to be as accurate. Just post in the group. We'll do your macros. And those, it's a calculator. I have gone way off calculators, and I can justify it because behaviors. We need to worry about your behaviors. Am I going to set your calories so low you're going to be binging? Am I going to be so high that you'll lose 1 pound a week? But after talking to you, are you that person who needs to lose 3 pounds a week? Otherwise, you are not going to stick with this? Bigger people really need that. If you have a couple hundred pounds to lose and you're just losing one, and let's say you're 380 pounds and you're going to lose 1% of your body weight a week, so 4 pounds a week, it's going to piss you off. You're going to need to lose more than that, so your calories are going to actually have to be lower than what the calculators will do. So to keep you motivated. So there's it's a complex thing saying somebody's macro intake. Carrie Smith, I've really done a backslide with eating and working out this year. My question to you is, in your opinion, is there anything wrong with just focusing on my nutrition and taking a break from the gym? I'm starting to feel overwhelmed with all of it as though I'm new to it, but I'm not. No, you do what you need to do. What's best, what's practical isn't always optimal. And if you're getting stressed out, there's no point in doing both. Take some time. Be active, go for walks, things like that, move. But yeah, take time off. If that's what you need to do, that's what you need to do. Plenty of people lose weight without working out. Now, I will caution against that for long periods of time because you need to lift weights to maintain that muscle mass that we risk losing when we diet, and we'd like to avoid that. So I highly recommend working out, but your mental health is probably the most important part about all this, your enjoyment, things like that. So if you're stressing out, take a couple weeks off, get your head right, and then see how you can get dieting working for you. Elliot says, I was bulking on 3,000, weight stalled at 160. We'll post stats soon. Yeah, post your stats. It's getting 3,000 calories is a lot for a 160-pound person. So maybe you're very, very active. We'll figure it out. Rachel, I posted pizza because I like pizza. Ellen, calculator stated I should have 2183 calories for cutting. I'm a 5'6" female, 223. Yeah, I won't do macro checks in these, Ellen, because it takes too long. I would post, anybody who's posting macro checks, I will not do them in these. Sorry, it just takes too long. This is more just of a general Q&A. That's a very specific question, personal to you, and I don't want other people to get that. Just post those stats in the group, and we will get to you, I promise. And if you're still not getting results, we do coaching. That's what we do here. So we can help you out with that. But I won't answer those. I apologize. I'm not being rude. It just takes too much time. And there's another one right above it from Timberland that I'm not going to hit either. But just post them in the group. I promise we'll get them taken care of. Elliot says, what's the point of a loading period on creatine? So creatine is not an instant supplement. It's not something like caffeine where I take it and 20, 30 minutes later I get the results. You need to saturate your muscles. You have stores of it. So you use it when you lift for energy creation. So you need more creatine. You need to have a storage of it. You want to soak your muscles, basically. Now, you could take about 10, 15, 20 milligrams of creatine. You took 20 milligrams of caffeine. Oh, man. If you took 20 milligrams of creatine monohydrate for 5 days, you'd be saturated. Then you'd go down to 5. Or if you take 5 milligrams a day for 30 days, you'll be saturated. And then you will start to notice the performance benefits of creatine. You'll have a little more endurance, a little strength increase, things like that. Recovery will be a little bit better. But that's why people do it. So they get that benefit faster. Some people don't because they don't want to spend the money. I don't want to blow through that 20 cent per dose creatine faster than I have to. I load. If I like right now I'm on vacation, I'm not going to take it I haven't taken it for a week. And when I get back, I'm going to take 20 milligrams there's a wash up period of like 30 days, but I'm paranoid. So I will take 20 milligrams, 15 milligrams for 5 days, and then I'll be back to my 5 milligrams per day. Chad Tanya Hollins, what are the advantages of taking creatine? Just said them in the last one. So there's performance. You're going to perform a little better. You'll be able to get those extra 2 reps out, some strength, endurance. There's a lot of benefits to it. There's too many for me to list right here. It's the most studied supplement in the world. There's never been a study that has found a downside to using creatine. To a harmful effect of using creatine. Crystal, I have a problem binging at night. Do you have any tips for me to stop that other than duct tape? Yeah, if it's a real problem where you can't control it, you need to speak to a mental health professional immediately. Stop dieting. Assuming that it's just, I am going to bed, there's that peanut butter. And then you have that, you have 5 scoops of peanut butter and like some M&Ms where it's not, you're emptying a fridge and it's just because you're dieting, you're hungry. Plan in that food. Plan in a bunch of treats. When I'm dieting and I know that I'm sneak eating, I'm not being honest with myself, I will plan in, I like those fun size candy bars, like the fun size M&M packets, fun size Snickers, and I will put 2 or 3 of them upstairs in my bedroom. And then when it comes time for me to go to bed, I want them, so I go upstairs. I have my 3, they're already planned in my macros, and I can't go back down. I'm not going to go back downstairs. It's just I'm already upstairs and I'm lazy. So that helps me. It's a very personal thing. Food is very personal, and things like binging are very personal as well. So I would highly recommend that you try to identify the problem and see what you can do to stop it. Depending on how bad it is, as coaches, we will work with you and help you figure it out. Or we'll refer you out. All right. So I would highly recommend that you just get a hold of me. We'll talk it. We'll talk it over and see what's best for you, Crystal. If you're just Gabe again, sorry, because he's texted me. Never be sorry for texting me, Gabe, ever. Amazing group, by the way. Love being part of this. Thank you. Love having you guys here. You guys are the reason why we do this. This serves as a hobby for all of us. So Sophie said thank you. Stephanie, when you sign up for a coach, is one assigned to us based on our needs or based on volume? A coach. So typically our coaches are in random order. It's a rotation that we go through based on when your intake comes in. That being said, some of us do specialize. I can work with runners, but I typically don't because I don't run. Versus Brad and Kelly who do. If we have like a fighter coming in who needs to make weight, it goes to Corey. Bodybuilders, competitors, I think I'm the only one with competitors right now. So they typically come to me because I really, really like working with competitors and powerlifters. Dylan only works with ridiculously attractive people for some reason. That's his requirement for coaching. So if you're a model, you'll end up working with Dylan the model. I don't know why. He's just stuck up like that. So, but no, we all rotate. If you do, I've had clients who, women who are convinced that they only will work with women, which Kelly, sometimes she gets overwhelmed. We can't accommodate that. I've had male clients who are not comfortable working with a female coach, and I'll talk to them and we'll try and figure out why, and see what's going on. If there's a coach that you don't like, we can avoid that. But we try to make accommodations, but we can't be like, I only want to work with him. Otherwise, everybody would load up with Kelly and Brad, and none of us would have clients otherwise. Patty said, at what body fat percentage should you stop cutting and start bulking? So that is a great question, and it's actually going to be, it depends on if you are a man or a woman. So let me get my exact numbers out here, just so I can get something quotable in here. Where did I put that? If you are a man, okay, so with women, I diet people, my reference ranges are, I diet down to 17% body fat and bulk back up to 23%, and then I repeat. Men, 12% body fat, and then bulk back up to 18% and repeat. Those aren't hard set rules. Those are just my general guidelines that I go by. Some guys I'll go down to 8% body fat and then bulk them back up to 16 or 14. Some guys never want to lose their abs, which is silly, but that's what we do. Some women are the same way. They don't want to lose their abs. They don't want to lose what they've gained, and you have to deal with it. But those are my general guidelines. Abby, how long would you suggest bulking for? Ideally in a 4-to-1 bulk to cut ratio. So for every 4 months you bulk, you cut for 1 month, and ideally it's at least 4. If you cannot dedicate 4 months to a bulk, don't do it. Don't be like, I'm going to bulk for 30 days, and now I'm going to go, and then I got to cut because I'm going to Mexico. Well, that's stupid. Why are you doing that? You need time to grow. Let's plan ahead of time. Maybe we go into maintenance for 30 days, and then you go to Mexico, or you go into maintenance for 30 days, and then you start your cut for Mexico, and then you come back, and then you bulk for a whole year. That seems like the plan. That's what I'm doing with a client right now. She just came back from Mexico. We bulked for 3 months, and then we dieted for 3 to 1. I'm okay with that. And now she's back, and we are going to probably do an 8-month bulk, and then diet for 3. It's diet for 2.5. It's perfect. That's like the perfect plan right there. So that's the way I would do it. The binge eater thing, again, I just talked about it. It depends. Do I work with binge eaters is a question. Not if you're seriously binge eating, we will a mental health professional, because it's a real problem that needs real help. Kelly is kind of the one who makes the determination we need to be sent out. She's a psychologist, so that's her job, literally her job in her education. She would make the determination if we need to refer you out or not. It depends how bad it is. I think anybody who's dieting has done that, where they'll sneak some food. They'll go. Anybody who's living dieting or in fitness for a long time has a cheat day. I mean, that's a binge eating day. I'm back. I don't know what happened there. Sorry about all that. So. Where were we? Binge eating? Yeah, it might be a professional thing. Just shoot me a message. We can figure it out. I know we've worked together, so we can figure out binge eating. Donna, how can you determine what your body fat percentage you are? What ways do you measure? Visual is my number one way. You could do it with calipers, but it takes a skilled person. With those calipers are not accurate in the hands of somebody who's not used to using them. The BIA scales, they're good gauges, but they're not very honest. They have like a 5% plus error, 5% plus or minus 5% errors. So a DEXA scan would be really accurate. I like visual assessments though, because I'm not I don't really care what body fat percentage you are for the most part. I just want an estimate. We don't need exact numbers for that. Mila, are there any health risks to taking creatine? None that in the 5,000 studies that have been done on it, none that I am aware of that have been found. Patricia Nixon posted a link to examine.com above. Go there. You can read everything, examine.com, for any supplement. It's the best thing that you could ever go to. They will list everything, but there's no side effects that I'm aware of that I've ever heard of from creatine. Anthony, how would you avoid bloat and water gain when using creatine? I don't even notice it. I don't think that I would ever even know. It's going to level out after a couple days after that water weight. If you really, really are concerned with that water weight, things, a bloat, you get it. Try going down to 3 grams per day. That's what some people do. 3 grams. It's a lower dose. It might take longer to saturate, but you shouldn't get that bloat with it then if you get it. I've never actually experienced somebody who's gotten it. I've never gotten it. So most of the time it's in your head. Abby said, does creatine make you hold water weight? Is it that bad? No, I don't think it is. It's not noticeable. Maybe if you load, you might notice it because your weight's going to go up a pound or two. But it's not like it's intramuscular, it's intracellular water. Your muscles are going to look fuller. You will not look fluffier. It's not subcutaneous water. It's in your muscles, so you should look bigger and leaner and more muscular. So, but if you do that if you do a 30-day, 5 milligrams a day of creatine, 5 grams a day. I keep saying milligrams. Damn, 5 grams a day of creatine. You are fine. You're not going to notice that water weight. It's going to be so gradual you'll never even see it. Mary, I don't know anything about lifting at the gym. Should I get more familiar with gym equipment before getting one of you as a trainer? It depends. It depends on your goals, Mary. So what I want you to do, because that's a personal question and it's pretty detailed based on what your goals are. Shoot me a message, fill out our coaching application. The link's in the top of this, and we'll touch base and we'll figure it out. I don't want you lifting if you're not comfortable, so I'm not going to try and sell you some. I just want you to make sure you get the best thing for you. Maybe we can start you out with machines. Maybe you work with us for nutrition, you go to the gym for 2 months and get a personal trainer just to show you the ropes. Maybe you're okay after that after 1. So it just depends on what the recommendation would be. I guess Dylan will be Jason's coach because he gets the really attractive people, probably. How do you figure your body fat percentages? Visual. If you search on Google for like body fat charts, I've seen enough half-naked people that I can just tell you. But I like visual. I know how to use calipers, so I've used them on myself. I can still visually estimate myself, especially right where I need to be. There's tons of ways. If you post in the group, anybody have a visual body fat chart? People will post all of them. You can just Google it, visual body fat chart, and you'll find them for men and women. They're different. They show like pictures of people at different body fats, and then you just kind of point where you are. It's an approximation. But there's a lot of talk about body fat today. Don't put so much weight on body fat. Who cares what body fat you have? Nobody cares. It doesn't mean anything to me at all. Are you happy with how you look? No, I feel like I have too much fat. Okay, then your body fat's too high. Are you happy with how lean you are? Oh yeah, I love how. Okay, then your body fat's perfect. That's unless it's a health reason, we don't care. So don't think it's the end all be all number. Like a scale, it's important way to gauge your progress, but it's not the end all be all. Chad, other than creatine, what are the most important supplements other than fish oil, multi, etc.? If you don't get a lot of sun, you're in somewhere like England, most of the U.S., especially where we have winter, Canada. I would highly suggest vitamin D3, caffeine. Outside of that, unless you're deficient in something, there's really not too many things that are going to make a difference. Depending on what you do for training, there might be 1 or 2 things that tiny little difference. Nothing is going to make or break your training at all. There was a talk in the group the other day about magnesium. Unless you're deficient in these things, they're not going to make you a benefit. If you're deficient, you'll see a huge increase in your performance because you were deficient in magnesium. But if you have a well-balanced diet, you're not deficient in these things most of the time. So most supplements don't do anything unless you are deficient. Again, examine.com, that link Patricia Nixon posted below, is where I would go to look for that stuff. Sarah, how do you assess body fat for clients? Pictures, height, weight. Yeah, pictures, height, weight, and measurements. If you tell me that you have a 55-inch waist and you're 5'7", I have a pretty good idea of where your body fat's going to be. It's high. If you tell me that you're 6 feet tall and have a 27-inch waist, I can tell you it's going to be really low. And I'm going to look at you. That's the number one thing I do. When I first started getting into fitness and nutrition in Facebook groups, and people would ask for calories to be set, I need to see you to determine that, because I need to know how heavy you are, and percentage. I want to visually estimate your body fat, so I'd creep on people's Facebook profiles and look at them real quick, because you can't do it without seeing somebody, I don't think. Mila, do you bulk while losing weight? Or if you're losing weight, you're focused on nutrition only? So a bulk would be gaining weight. We are gaining weight. We are slowly gaining weight to maximize our muscle gaining capability and minimize the fat gain. When you're gaining weight, you're going to gain fat. We want to do it very slow to gain minimal amounts of fat and maximum muscle. If you're losing weight, you're focused only on nutrition. No, when you're losing, you should be lifting. That's actually probably the time you should be lifting the hardest and the heaviest to maintain that muscle growth, to maintain that muscle mass. If you're newer to lifting, you'll probably gain some muscle while dieting, but outside of that first year, your really just goal is to maintain the muscle that you have and preserve that physique while you diet down to unwrap what you've built. And this is awesome. Thank you so much for doing this. Great. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Happy New Year, Johnny. Kathy Smith, hello, new here, and I have no idea how to keep track of macros. Post-gastric sleep patient, 2 years, June 2018. Kathy, go into the pinned post. It's on the very top of the page in the Facebook group. If you're on a phone, it will be, you have to tap it and it'll drop down. It's a pinned post, and it has direction on how to start. There's an infographic and links in the comments to tell you how to track. There's an ebook we wrote that you can download for free. It'll tell you all of that. And if you're still confused, that's where coaching comes in. We will help you out, get you set up. That's probably the number one people that come in. I'm overwhelmed. What do I do? Come work with Jay. Crystal, what would you say is the most important piece of advice you can give somebody counting macros? Be consistent. Plan your days out ahead and be consistent. And I don't, 5 days a week, I count my macros. Well, then 2 days a week, you're eating like an asshole. I mean, you have to, why? Let's plan around that. Maybe we give you a bunch of calories on the weekend, a little bit of calories during the week, and then we can balance out. You can't eat like that. You don't want to track on the weekends? Let's give you 5,000 calories a day and 800 calories a day Monday through Friday. But people don't realize that they can undo their whole deficit in 2 days, and it happens all the time. So you really need to make sure that you have a hold of this and you're honest with yourself. If I'm only tracking 5 out of 7 days a week, I'm only accurate 70% of the time. 70%. 6 out of 7 days is only 85%. So you need to be as accurate as you can, as much as you can. And planning out ahead of time really ensures accuracy. Crystal, what would you say? That's the one I just read. Kathy, you're welcome. Renee, sorry if I missed this, but are there benefits to taking creatine when trying to lose weight? Yeah, you'll recover faster. Your strength will increase. I would never go off of it. I can't think of a reason to stop taking it besides the supplement company telling you, oh, you need to cycle off of this. No, you don't. There's plenty of evidence that says you never need to cycle off of creatine. Elliot, should we watch your sodium intake? If you have sodium-sensitive hypertension, been diagnosed by a physician, yes, you probably should. You need to. Outside of that, no. I would make sure you're getting enough. That's probably actually the common problem, especially with dieters. They don't get enough salt. They drink too much water, and then you can run into problems. I do not track my salt at all. I never have, and I hopefully never will have to. Most people in here don't. I like salt. I think it's great. It's really just up to you and what you want to do. But I wouldn't, as long as without any other medical conditions, don't worry about it. Any other questions, guys? I'm going to get going. I am on vacation, so I would like to get back to vacation. Again, if you guys did not hear, the conference info is out. The link to buy tickets, the pre-sale, the early bird tickets, just got posted in this group. It is going to be a kick-ass time. That's all I will tell you. What somebody just said, when will the app be ready? Who the hell knows? App development is absolutely hell, Ashley, and I am tired of it. We're still working on it. I'm not going to lie, it has taken a back burner. There's a lot of work to it. This conference has taken up a hell of a lot of time. December was absolutely swamped with taking in new clients, and I'm hoping that this just keeps up and we get busier and busier. So I'll get it figured out though. Definitely by this conference in August. So, but check out that conference. The pre-sale is there. I highly recommend you buy your tickets early. Ticket prices are going to jump up as of February 1st. We are still trying to work on a couple surprises that we have not talked to anybody about. So sign up, be surprised, and enjoy it. Johnny, I'm glad you enjoy it. You are welcome. Timberland, you are welcome. Rachel, you are welcome. Kimberly, you are welcome. I'm glad you guys enjoy these. As long as people, thank you. Crystal, I will enjoy New Orleans. I have been. Sarah, have a great New Year. You too. Thank you. Jason, I will enjoy my vacation. Thank you. And guys, if anybody has any questions, post them in the group. Shoot me a message. Apply for coaching. You know where to do that now. And I appreciate it. Oh, I see that Eric is back. Helen is here now. All right, guys. So that is it. Have a great, great night. Take care.